Let's play Wasteland 2 Director's Cut. For those of you who don't know what this game is like, picture a top-down turn-based RPG with elements of Fallout. I've played it a couple times, and it's really challenging if you kind of figure out how to set it up. But the game will also give you a challenge on its own, such as its open world. You can pretty much essentially do whatever you want. Um, I'm going to play this though a little bit differently. I'm going to set up an entirely new session, and I'm going to do completely different choices, things I've never done. So yeah, we're gonna start a new game. I always love that cool bit with the title though. We're going to create a custom squad. We're gonna create male. Make this one about, it's good, midlife. 23, I suppose. American. I wish they would add some more images for your portraits like they did with the PC. We can call this one Axton. Customize his appearance here. We'll just do his basic hair. That's about right. Going to add his points into coordination. This guy's gonna be our rifleman. Awareness. Another point. Coordination. Just to increase that. I suppose we can make him a mechanic as well. Definitely have to make him a smartass. I've always kind of liked how you can set up the different base skills for each and every character. Give him another assault rifle perk. I normally at least have one character when I start this that doesn't have a quirk. All these different quirks can give you goods and bad parts to them, the benefits and drawbacks. Although animal husbandry is a little weird, I'm assuming, because I don't know what the drawbacks are. So we're gonna go with no quirk. Oh, so I selected. Create another custom, male as well. Now we're going to create our psycho. Do that picture. I'm going to name this one Krieg. Yes, I'm a Borderlands fanatic. I'm going to make this guy 26. Smokes. I don't really know what these do. So, African religion. None. Customize. Let's make him the big guy of the group. He likes to be out in the sun. some more paint. Some crazy ass green hair. Ooh, or a mohawk. That's the crazy ass green hair. That looks perfect. Of course, I'm not doing biographies for these. I don't want to waste time with that. We're just going to give him strength, speed, lowers intelligence a little bit. That's skill points per level. We kind of want that on average. Some luck, some coordination, up his strength again. Jump over here. We're going to give him... We're going to follow down Krieg's path, just like in Borderlands 2. We're going to give him shotguns, bladed weapons. And... that's precise strength. Has high critical chance, but cannot armor penetrate. We'll give him blunt weapons as well. He can be our meleeer. I suppose he wouldn't be good at any of these. However, we can give him brute force. And perception. So we'll go back. Give him another in... what's the first one? Yeah, I suppose we can give him another one in shotguns. Give him, heavy-handed. Yeah, we'll give him heavy-handed. He's already going to be in our... up in the front. Another... I'll name this one Mordecai. I suppose that can be good enough. Give him a nice little mustache. Right. Up his coordination, his awareness, his intellect, and we can probably give him some luck. Speed. He is going to be our sniper. No, not in submachine guns, thank you. Actually, he's going to be our more than just a sniper, because we still have other crap ton skills to go through. Let's do alarm disarming, lock picking, safe cracking, mechanical repair, animal whisperer. And he'll pick up the animal husbandry just because. Alright, now let's create our another male portrait. If you guys have followed the pattern already, I'm making a Borderlands 2 squad. Make rolling about 27. Doesn't smoke. Top down African. Now, let's see. More accurate with this guy. Give him coordination, some luck, speed. Could we use right now? Give him a submachine gun. Actually, no, I don't really care for the submachine guns. I'll give him an assault rifle as well. And shotgun. Along with an energy weapon, just to be safe. So we'll do field medic, surgeon for him, and barter. No quirk. Alright, so that's our squad. We have Axton, Krieg, Mordecai, and Roland. Okay. I'm going to play on... Do I want to play on normal, or do I want to play on hard? I'll play on hard. So yeah, like I said, I've played this a few times. I've clocked in maybe around 2 hours into the game. I got a handle on how the controls have been, but it's been about a good 4 or 5 months since the last time I played this. So I'm going to be a little bit rusty coming back into it. Although the difficulty on hard probably won't be helping me much either. So far though, from what I've actually encountered with such as weapon upgrades and gear as such, the story, it seems pretty good of a game. And I kind of feel like it should be getting some more spotlight. A quote that I believe very much in.
What comes after the end? I don't know. Neither did they. They were just an Army engineer battalion, constructing roads and bridges deep in the middle of the Arizona nowhere. They didn't know why Armageddon had come. They'd heard radio chatter about an attack on some space-based missile platform. But who had attacked it, or why? No one knew. What they did know is that the politicians and the generals had finally ended the world. Now, everything was gone. They took over a federal prison for a fort, kicked out the convicts, got busy starting from scratch. Maybe it was an act of mercy. Maybe they figured that the prisoners would die out in the harsh new world. Whichever, it came back to bite the engineers in the ass. Cultists, criminals, cannibals. They've been living with the fallout ever since. Good people had survived too, called for help in the night. And those engineers, those common soldiers, could not stand by and see them die. So they came out of their fort, and they helped the survivors defend their homes. And for that, they earned a new name, a proud name, the Desert Rangers. Now, Rangers, I know at times it seems our cause is hopeless. And I know it's hard to say goodbye to a brother in arms. But I want you to know something else. That no Ranger who dies in the line of duty will ever be forgotten. Nor will he have ever died in vain or unavenged. Thank you, recruits.
I figure I will give you guys some time to actually read this before I just continue along.
I appreciate you coming to Captain Ace's retirement party when you hardly knew the man. Appropriate, too, seeing as how investigating his death will be your first duty as a Desert Ranger. Ace had been trying to locate a faint radio signal, which has lately been giving us cause for concern. We gave him 3 repeater units and sent him to hook them up to 3 remote radio towers. This would have allowed us to get a fix on the signal. But sadly, Ace was murdered by unknown assailants right after hooking up the first tower, and his logbook and the last 2 repeater units were stolen. When you get back to the Citadel, talk to our radio expert, Wade Woodson, if you want to know more about the technical details. All I know is the repeaters will upgrade the towers and allow us to zero in on the mystery signal. The voice on those broadcasts disturbed me greatly. It talked crazy talk about a future where man and machine would be one. Worse, it talked about us, the Desert Rangers, specifically. It said it was coming for us. I'll give you the locations of the towers once you have the repeaters in hand. More important to find them first. Don't know, but it wasn't on Ace's person when he was found. Look for it. It might have some clues as to his death. Yeah, I know. You've hardly found your feet with us, and here I am sending you on a mission that already got 1 Ranger killed. Well, I wish I had another option, but the Desert Rangers are spread a little thin right now. Ranger teams Abel and Charlie are out west trying to stop a range war out there from becoming straight-up genocide. And Team Baker is up north looking for a way through the radiation that's cut us off from Vegas. I'm afraid the next generation is going to have to lead the charge on this one. The mission is this: search the area where Ace's body was found, and do your best to recover his logbook and the repeater units. Then call in your report. If you find the repeaters, I may send you on to finish his mission. Ace's death must be avenged, and it will be. But finding the signal he died trying to track down is just as important. Besides, I got the sneaking suspicion that when you find the one, you'll find the other. It's about a day's walk east from here. I'll mark it on your map. There you go. Yes, call in on your radio. Your radio is your lifeline to Ranger Citadel. We'll be calling you with alerts and updates on your current missions, and sending you new missions when we receive distress calls. As Rangers, it is your sworn duty to respond to those calls. That is the contract we made with the people of Arizona when we opened for business. Once you prove yourself, the Citadel will be your new home. Consider this mission the final test of your training. If you succeed, you are welcome within our walls. If you fail, then you aren't cut out to be a Desert Ranger, and we won't let you in.
So what I like is that throughout bits of different dialogue is you'll get options that look like these. You got your hard ass, which is highlighted in red, your kiss ass, which is highlighted in green, and your smart ass, which is highlighted in blue. If you can see under the character portrait over here, it shows the skills and which ones have actual ranks in them and how many ranks it has in them, which likely increases your chance of success. Vargas pretty much allows you to test it, but you can't really get into the Citadel, last I knew. So I'm going to give it a try.
Using logic on me, eh? Smartass. Logic and observation will change some folks' minds, and you can catch people in lies that way. But sometimes it only makes them mad, so be careful. In this case, you're right. I should let you in, but I got a feeling about you four. You got depths you don't even know you have, and it's going to take adversity to tap them. So I'm sending you out undergunned and unprepared, just to see what it brings out of you. You'll thank me later. Maybe. Good luck out there, recruits.
And just like that, we're off. I'm going to pick up this shovel though, because it does have use. And give it a quick once over. There we are. Be swapped and ready to roll for the upcoming fights. Oh God, does he not come with a shotgun?
What else do you need?
Nothing. I don't need anything right now, Vargas. I'm trying to remember how to open up the menu. Here we are. Okay. There's his shotgun. To equip it. It's primary. Equip a secondary. Alright, so everybody's good to go. I mean, for what it's worth, it's fairly a nice game. We don't really start with any cash. No, I'm not kicking that can. Should you go to try to get this can for these assholes up here, essentially you'll be attacked by the goat and they laugh their ass off. Nothing really worthwhile in that. So why I use the shovel is you can unbury items, essentially, at scattered areas throughout the world. This is a good demonstration of that. Scrap, which is junk. We got 38 caliber ammo for handguns and SMGs, and then more junk. So I'm going to take all of that. there's another one right up here. Let's grab. Give that to him. We're gonna go score a party
God
member
damn it,
now.
Ace. You never should have put down the wrench and picked up the gun.
Tough-looking redhead with decades of sun and wind and a hard-living edge in her angular face and sobbing from the shadows.
Sorry about the waterworks. I'm still pretty broke up over Ace. I'm Angie. You kids must be the new recruits old Vargas trained up. Lord, y'all just babies.
They all hurt, but this one... Man. Ace wasn't even a ranger. Not at first. He worked as a driver and mechanic for Fair and Brygo up in Vegas. When Base Cochise started sending its death machines into the desert, Brygo sent Ace south to recruit robot fighters. We met him in quartz. He pissed somebody off out there and they'd locked him up. We sorted that out, and he started running with us, helping us fight Cochise. Never stopped. Vargas eventually gave him the uniform and the hat, but I don't think he ever formally signed on. He was just always there. And now he's... God damn it, Ace. I knew this one was trouble, I knew it. Better than he'd like. Back in the day, the General was the craziest of us all. But somehow, after he brought down Base Cochise, he became the sanest. Now he's running the whole show, and doing a damn fine job. While I'm still walking patrols and answering radio calls. Shows you how much ambition I got, huh? Sorry, but you are. As cute as little kittens. Y'all remind me of us. Snake, Razor, Thrasher, and me. Back when we were just starting out. Thinking we were gonna save the world for the future. Thinking none of us would ever die. Christ, sorry. Don't listen to me. Youth is good. Optimism is good. If we all started out worn out and jaded like me, nobody'd ever try to change the world. So you kids go ahead and give it a go. Maybe it'll work this time. You noticed that, huh? Well, Ace always said I wore my heart on my sleeve. Yeah, me and Ace. We were more than just old army buddies, if you know what I mean. That's why it hurts so bad. That's why I want to come with you. Man, not sure I can recall. Haven't been out that way in ages. Don't even know if it's still on the map. Ask Thrasher, he'd know. You better call him Gilbert now. Funny, back in the day he just seemed like this big old growly bear. Strong as an ox and just about as articulate. But then he got all torn up during our fight with the robots from Base Cochise, and he couldn't go out on patrol no more. Any other commander would have handed him his walking papers. But Vargas doesn't dump old friends. So he started him working in the museum. And once you know it, turns out the old bear has a knack for cartography. He's been gradually mapping our little corner of the Wasteland ever since. Who'd have thunk it? Well, like I said, he was one wild-ass son of a bitch back in the day. But I think the weight of his responsibilities has kind of squashed that out of him now. He hasn't been in a decent bar fight in... shit, a decade, maybe? He's another one gone. Went out for a patrol a few weeks back and never came home. Don't know if he's dead, or AWOL, or gone off to join the Scorpions. All anybody knows is he hasn't called in, and we haven't heard from anybody who's seen him. I miss old Hellraiser like blazes. Didn't talk much. Didn't make friends easy. Wasn't big on social graces. But he was as loyal as they come, and when the shit started flying, he was the guy you wanted at your back. He didn't win that name by accident. Sharp as a razor. Scary as hell. You weren't briefed on those fucks during your training? Well, let me fill you in. You know when we left the prison and moved here to the Citadel? Well, the Scorpions were the jerks who moved into the prison when we moved out. Just a bunch of rangers back then, but they've been getting more organized. Call themselves a militia now, and they try to act like they're the Desert Rangers of Eastern Arizona. But that's a load of horse shit. Protection racket ain't the same as protecting people. They shake down all their towns for money, and if the locals don't kick in, they smash them up. The Rangers aren't like that. We get by on donations and good old-fashioned scavenging. Basically everything between the prison and the radiation clouds to the east. There are a few small towns and farms out there, which the Scorpions claim is their territory. Rangers used to patrol that area before we moved here, and we knew it pretty well. But a lot can change in 15 years. Who knows? Maybe it's all as clean and nice and crime-free as the Scorpions say it is. But I've got my doubts. The edges of the map, kiddies. Big hot areas we can't get into without getting cooked to a crisp. The clouds move around some with the wind and the weather, but there are permanent hot spots on every side of us. North, south, east, and west. Until we started hearing those weird broadcasts, I kinda thought those clouds went on forever. And that Arizona was the last place on Earth. But maybe there's more. Maybe the whole rest of the world's just fine, and we're the only ones in hell. Wouldn't that be a joke? Ace played me some of them before he died. Hard to make out a lot of it, but what I heard made my hair stand on end. Some guy talking about turning men into machines. Or machines into men, or some shit. But the crazy thing was, then he starts talking about us, the Rangers. Saying we're the cause of all the trouble in the world, and we need to be wiped out so his glorious future can be born. I mean, who is this guy? Where is he? What the fuck does he have against us? An old military facility from before the war, and the biggest fight the Rangers ever had. There was some crazy computer in there that kept spitting out robots and sending them off to kill people. We had one hell of a fight putting it down. Earned our stripes that day. Literally. That's when I became Captain Death. Yeah. The base Cochise AI. Don't know what was wrong with it. Broken, I guess. It thought everybody was its enemy. Wanted to kill the whole planet. He was working on the same thing Vargas has you working on. Trying to track down radio signals from beyond the edges of the map. All seemed a bit boring and scientific to me. But then Ace started saying he thought someone was following him. I asked him to let me come with him when I met him at Rail Nomads to give him the repeater units. But he told me to go back to base. He said he was just jumping at shadows because those radio broadcasts had spooked him. I should have gone with him. Why didn't I go with him? I don't really know the details. It's all a bunch of mumbo-jumbo about transmitters and north-south axis and signals bouncing off the clouds. Ask Woodson about it. He's our radio genius. Radio technician Wade Woodson? Sure do. He's the guy that makes sure you can hear Vargas when you're out on patrol. Keeps the machines running and the signal clear. He'll also talk your ear off about circuits and frequencies and I don't know what else if you let him. But be nice to him. He's your lifeline to the base. Could be a nice little place if the Atchisons and Topekans would kiss and make up. I can't even remember what it's all about, but between them, they got enough old railroad tech that if they worked together, they could give this area a real transportation system. Instead, seems like all they want to do is blow each other's heads off. Idiots.
Say, listen. Vargas asked you to look into Ace's death because he thought I was too upset to be professional about it. He didn't want me going off half-cocked and shooting up all of Arizona looking for his killer. But I gotta find this guy. Ace and me, well, we've been fighting side by side for nigh on 20 years. I'm not letting him die unavenged. So, well, I know it's going against orders, but if you let me tag along and be in at the kill, well, I'll help you find your feet out there. Maybe give you a few pointers along the way. I may be old and slow, but I know the wastes like the back of my hand. What do you say?
Now, essentially, is you'll find people out in the wastelands who can act as extra party members. If your charisma and your leadership skill is all high enough, they will obey your commands every turn. However, there's times where if it's not high enough, they will go completely rogue and just behave of their own accord, which can still benefit you or it can totally fuck up anything you try to do. But we're gonna let Angela Death join. And then just like that.
Cool. No need to tell Vargas why I joined you. If anybody asks, I'm just helping you get oriented, alright?
She is. Kinda take a look at what she has. She comes in play with the Harden perk, which gives you a point of armor. She's got skills all the way up for brute force, hard ass, assault rifles, weaponsmithing, outdoorsman, and blunt weapons. Her coordination's good. Awareness is good, and her speed is good. Her charisma and luck are pretty poor. Strength and intelligence is about average. We'll give her that as her secondary. Alright. Now we are good to head out in the wastelands. Leave. Yes.
Ranger Team Echo, this is Ranger Command. Come in. Roger, Echo 1. Just making sure your radio is working. I'll be your dispatcher from here on out. I also wanted to give you a little heads up on your water situation. If you've all got full canteens, you should have enough water to reach the place where Ace died with plenty to spare. But if you're going to go exploring, you'll want to fill up again at any oasis you can find. Remember, your main priority is to recover the repeater units Ace was carrying. Once you've got the devices, you'll be headed to Ag Center and High Pool to install them. But we'll talk about that after you acquire the repeaters. We must, of course, bring Ace's killers to justice. But right now, that's secondary to discovering the location of that signal. It is vital that all teams stay in radio contact with me here at the base. We get distress calls from all over our jurisdiction and sometimes beyond. Towns or farms or mines being attacked by raiders, mutant beasts, what have you. We field those calls here and then dispatch whichever team is closest to the problem. Until now, Woodson's been our dispatcher. But Ace's death made me realize I've spent too many years in my office, walled off from the world and how it's changing. I need to know what's going on out there, and I figure the best way to do that is to start listening to the people's problems. So, I've decided that from now on, I'll be the one fielding calls and talking in your ear when you head out into the wastes. Don't let that make you self-conscious or nothing. 10-4, Echo 1, carry on. Ranger Command out.
Okay. We got the little bar, or orb, rather, off to the lower right. That is our water supply. When that starts to dwindle, we take HP damage as we move about. To our lower left, we have the radiation Geiger counter. Essentially, is when we start coming up on radiation, it'll let us know how bad it is.
SOS! SOS! Is anybody out there? This is High Pool. We are under attack. I repeat, we are under attack. Raiders with mortars and explosives are blasting our walls. If anybody can hear this, come at once. Don't know how long we can hold it.
Ranger Citadel, this is Ag Center. Come in. We're under attack. The plants, they're mutating out of control. They're tearing my people apart.
Ag Center, this is Citadel Base. Can you repeat? Did you say the plants were attacking?
Yes, goddammit, the plants. Something's gone wrong with the... Oh, fuck! The door! They're breaking down the door! Fall back! Fall back!
Ranger Team Echo, this is Ranger Command. Come in. Did you copy those distress calls from High Pool and Ag Center? Over. Roger that. Listen, Echo 1, I have no one else in the area and no further intel at this time. I'm afraid it's going to have to be your decision which call to respond to first. Whichever one you choose, get there ASAP. Both situations are emergencies, and both sounded like they were deteriorating rapidly. While the repeaters are still alpha-level priority, civilian emergencies have to come first, before heading back out to get the repeaters. Sending you the coordinates for both locations now. Copy? Uh-huh. Suspicious, isn't it, Echo 1? Like someone's monitoring our transmissions and trying to stop our little radio experiment before it starts. Keep an eye out for suspect characters. Copy? 10-4, Echo 1. Godspeed. Ranger Command out.
Okay, what we're doing is we're gonna fill up here while we're at it. Normally I've gone to Ag Center, and it's challenging. But with this playthrough, we are going to go towards the High Pool. No matter which one you choose, the other one will pretty much be destroyed. What is this? Is this High Pool? Yes, it is. However, you can go back to the other group and kind of explore that area, pick up whatever loose bits and bobs you find, but we're gonna go help High Pool. I'm probably going to do the first encounter, and that's where I'm going to end it today.
Roger, Echo 1. Now listen, I know I said the radio tower was at the top of your to-do list, but you need to deal with the emergency situation first, before heading back out to get the repeaters. Repeat, help Mayor Vikstrom with his emergency, then continue with your mission to hook up the repeaters. Protecting civilians is always a Ranger's #1 priority. Do you copy? Roger, Echo 1. Advise when complete. Ranger Command out. Gas off! Clean up! Reservoir! Sound off! Give me the bad news!
Dance off reporting. Got some jackass shooting mortars at us. Can't hit shit, but he's setting a lot of fire.
Crane up reporting. Some jokers are planting charges at the base of the wall.
Oh, well, I'll be damned.
A jackhammer? Damn, freaky and crazier every year.
Reservoir checking in. A lot of damage back here. Damn tank is leaking like a sieve. I don't know how long it'll hold.
This is Pete down in the tunnel. Irrigation system is about to go. Too much pressure in the pipe. I'm trying to ease it off, but I need more hands.
No can do, Pete. Can't spare the men. These junkyard motherfuckers are about to come over the wall.
Oh, okay. Didn't even recognize it was me. Alright, so we need to move to better cover.
I can handle this myself. Got a lot to learn about tactics, Echo 1.
Sorry if I'm not very talkative during the fights. Kind of a stressful situation. Move him up here. This is our Roland. Ship points is if he has 25, so I gotta get him somewhere more useful. You have so many gunners. Can't hit anybody down here. Where is that guy at? Can I even... Okay, so he's all the way up there. That's gonna be a hunt to get him. Just gonna... Can I get over that? Yes, I can. I'm gonna send him in to go take care of that guy up top. Of course, she can't attack anybody right now. But we may be able to lay down some covering fire. That's a 30% chance to hit. That actually seems like a fairly... Yeah, I'll take that shot. Chance to hit him. $56, I'll take that. Another 52. Oh! Ouch! Shot off the man's leg. Just gonna go in for the melee kill on this one. And we're going to swap weapons. Just proceed to beat the living crap out of this guy. Or try to. Can I do this without getting... Yes, I can. I'll take the shot. Ooh. Where is he at? He is right over here. What's up, big guy? Not enough AP either. That works. $80 XP. We can loot. Where did he die? Oh, he died up there. Okay.
Holy cats. There's a full-on siege going on here.
Collect. Ooh, a better assault rifle. And that's what we're gonna do today. I won't give you the YouTube usual spiel, but if you do like it, let me know. Any way possible, a comment is more than enough. But I will probably film another episode next Sunday. Alright. Thank you guys. And I hope to hear from you guys soon.